Hi, my name is Lanutsa, and I will be presenting the beginning step, why we should all take a mission trip. Most people have heard someone say, it only takes one person to change the world, but sometimes it's easy to forget that that one person can be us. Sometimes it's easier to think, I could never have what it takes to do what they do. I'll just continue doing what I know. But here's the thing, every person has that chance to change the world. But if we don't know what needs to be changed, we cannot move forward. That's why I believe in this simple philosophy. Every person would benefit if they went on a mission trip that served the less fortunate. And maybe in that, someone's heart could change, whether it be yours or whether it be the person's you're serving. We could also learn to appreciate what we have and even lead someone to a better path. Now imagine seeing this path with tunnel vision. You can see what's right in front of you, but you can't see what's beside you or what's behind you. That's kind of how I view our lives before a mission trip. We haven't seen this world, so how would we know what it's like? Some people might say mission trips do absolutely nothing. They're scary because so much is unknown, like where are you staying, who is there, is it safe? But in the final reward of knowing that you helped others, it is far greater. But what kind of help are you really giving? For example, Washington Post wrote an article that said, a wall was built on a children's soccer field at an orphanage in Brazil that had to be torn down. In Mexico, a church was painted 6 times during one summer by 6 different groups. In Ecuador, a church was built but never used because the community said it wasn't needed. If missionaries are spending thousands of dollars on things that aren't needed, what good is it? But that's not always the case. Yeah, critics may be right when they say the money missionaries use just to fly there is what they could use on things they really need. But if the organizations gathered up the money that we give them and use it towards something they do need, is there really a harm? I remember going on my first mission trip to Mexico. We built a house for a family, and I can't tell you their names, but I can tell you every person on the trip. I may not have gotten what you would get out of a mission trip, but I can tell you when I went back, I came back with a team, and I came back knowing how to serve our community. Sometimes to get that, we need to step out of our comfort zone. That's not always the easiest. Stepping out of our comfort zone when you have everything you want and need, but when you see that the ones around you don't, it sometimes causes culture shock. There's a very famous quote out there by an unknown author that says, if you have food in your fridge, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you're richer than 75% of the world. I remember I used to complain when I had few dollars to my name, but I had everything I needed. I still called myself poor. But going to these countries and seeing everything we have is sometimes the biggest blessing of the trip. When I came back home, I ended up selling everything I owned and giving it to an organization I trusted. I no longer had the mindset of, wow, I have so much and they have so little. It now became, how can I help them get their essentials? For me to get to this point, I had to go on a mission trip and do what some people would call pointless. Sometimes, oftentimes, the experiences that changes us is often greater than the money it took to get there. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. This popular quote is Matthew 28:19, which one can find in the Bible. I read this and I wondered, if every person ever born sat in their little comfortable bubble, where would this world be today? Yes, from a missionary's point, it's always wonderful to lead someone to God. But even knowing that you have inspired someone to get up and better themselves is always beyond satisfying. So yeah, the money spent on mission trips could easily go and be used for a greater cause, but the experience we gain can affect us through our lifetime. Staying in our comfortable bubbles won't ever teach us the importance of culture and community. For us to change our world, we need to change our hearts. And then, through those experiences, we can appreciate what we have. And maybe even lead someone to God or better their life. Mother Teresa once said, "Give the world the best you have. It may never be enough. Give your best anyways." Serving on a mission trip may just be the beginning to better this world. Thank you.